What's going on, y'all? And welcome to the Systems Lab Live. Hey, we're a little tardy for the party. Y'all remember that? Kim Zoliak, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all remember her? So funny. That was a funny moment. But you guys, I am a little bit late, but I had a really good reason. I was just finishing up a membership services chair meeting with the Thursday Network. If you guys didn't know, that is one of my positions that I hold, one of the hats that I wear. And it has been super fun this year, especially these last few months, as you continually get to know people within the organization because, you know, a lots of folks, we're just getting used to being like outside and interacting with one another and having events and things. And so, kudos to our president, Gennaro Stewart, who in the beginning of this year was like, hey, we are in some type of times, right? Where we don't really necessarily know, what exactly is going to happen, but as much as we can and as safely as we can, let's have in-person events. And so we have operated in that same tone, right? We have a lot of hybrid events. We have in-person events as much as we can. So that's where I was. We were wrapping up, and we're here now, and we're definitely going to go OT. We're probably going to go at least until 9:30. Hold on 1 second. I got this little. Okay, there we go. Trying to just fix some things. Okay, hair look good though. Come on, hair. Come on, hair and light beat. Okay, what's going on, y'all? What's the haps? I am definitely interested in seeing what y'all are up to. What are some of these things that you guys are working on right now? What are some of these things? I would love to know. It is the second week in July. Second week of July. This week will mark the halfway mark. This Friday will mark the halfway mark of July. And I just feel like we just got here. I really do. I feel like we just got here. So please tell me, per the huge folks, you guys know the rundown. We definitely want to know, drop your name, drop your location, and what you are working on. Name, location, and what you are working on. We want to know. These are the things that we want to know. Okay. I'm going to show you all what I have been working on. Two things is I'm going to start working on. Well, one's another type of project. We'll talk about that down the line. But the second project that I'm working on is creating a project repository, which I'm very excited about, which is going to really look at everything from what I've worked on a client level, and then also too, I'm going to be organizing all of my live videos and the topics. I know. Can you even believe that? It's going to be fun. It's going to be an ongoing project, and it's probably going to take me quite a few months to do. But I think it's necessary. When I start thinking about topics, presentations, things that I could create content around, workshops, courses, I say to myself, I don't know if you have quite a good handle on what it is that you have already created. And I'll tell you this, I was in a check-in call yesterday with the NFT holders for Deeper Than the Brand. On the call, Kurt, Nikki, and Alicia, and we were all talking. And I was talking about my podcast because I was from the podcast workshop. And I was talking about my podcast and wanting to do some refinement with the podcast. One of the things that was brought up was, hey, you've been doing all this content since like 2020. you more than likely have topics that you can revisit or revamp. And that's what I was thinking. So it was a nice confirmation for me to be able to take from those content topics. And so I said to myself, you need to create that project repository, that content repository, that systems lab. What I used to call my Sunday lives, the playbook. I used to do that on Sundays at 2 and host systems lab on Sundays at 6. Yeah, Sundays at 6. I thought it would be a good idea to have a beginning of the week live, but I remember going to Millions Conference and hearing Marquise Boone, phenomenal teacher, preacher, creative, talk about God creating the earth and resting on the seventh day. And how, for me, and he was also talking about like his schedule, because he wore so many different hats, he had to do things certain days. And from that point on, I switched the Sunday live to Wednesday. Yep. And then once I launched my YouTube channel and when going live in October, I just got rid of the playbook and just replaced that with Systems Lab Live every Wednesday. At first it was like on a Friday. So my point in that story is, number one, I cannot wait to create this repository that's literally going to have all of the systems labs, the theme, the date, and I don't know if it's going to have the link to the videos. That may be too much. I don't think I need the link to the videos. I have a whole bunch. I have a huge folder already that has all of the like live video, like it's all stripped from Instagram. Yep. Okay. So that's one thing that I am working on. I am going to show you all too, as I just want to show you guys really quickly what I am learning. I'm trying to see something, y'all. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Can you guys see this? Okay, let me get in here. So let me pull this out just a tiny bit. Okay, so I think when we last talked, let me just actually tease this out for you guys so you guys can actually see what you're looking at. So what you're looking at right here is me studying Agile project management in a visual way. Okay, so I kind of want to go back to this part. Okay, so I'm going to tease this out. This is called Whimsical. And Whimsical is a flow charting tool that you can use for SOPs. You can use for documentation. You can use this for wireframes. I use this for workflows. And then now this is a way to start to teach. I'm going to go in a little bit and so that you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm studying right now. This is the Agile PM, right? Agile project management. Okay. You guys can see that. I'll go in just a slightly bit. And then this kind of goes into, what is the Agile Manifesto? This is a link that takes you, this is hyperlink. So this will take you to to an article. These are the types of Agile methodologies. These are notes. Factors to determine which project management methodologies to use: waterfall, agile. And then I have the difference between agile and waterfall right here in this picture. So I've updated this since then, and I wanted to go into the Scrum. So I want to tell you a couple of things. I am going to lean more heavily into Scrum and Kanban. That's what's resonating with me right now. There's like so many other ones right now, but there's different type of agile methodologies. And so I am going to look at Scrum and study that. That feels good for me. So this has the definition of Scrum. It is a process framework. So I have this. How does it work? I have the definition of sprints right here. After each sprint is completed, it'll tell you some information there. What does this have here? The benefits of Scrum. So I've used this is actually mind mapping right here. So as you see here, when I'm reading articles and I find something that is interesting, like I will hyperlink it and then I'll put a visual spin to it. So this right here is an epic. I wanted to get a really good breakdown. I hear so much about backlogs. I hear so much about epics, stories, and all this other stuff. I didn't really get it. So I have this right here. Epic is a huge product backlog. Also, a great feature here is that you can put YouTube links in here and actually press play, and it'll play like right here. You see this? Yeah, it'll actually.
I keep wanting to like with this music.
So that is super cool. And there's an examples of epics. Launch a new website so customers can go buy items. Let's see, what else do we have here? This is also something I worked on yesterday. Defining what an epic is, and then what is a story. So that was good. I was able to get an understanding of what a story is. So we have that. So what else do we have here? So then in this part of the segment right here, putting it all together. So this is actually what we're going to talk about in a minute. We're going to do a review of a product roadmap. I didn't even know when I went back into this, I didn't even know that I put the product roadmaps inside of here. This is perfect because tonight we're talking about road mapping. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But again, this is how I am doing a deep dive into my studying. I am using Whimsical to go and ensure that I am having a really good understanding of what I'm reading and really putting these concepts together. So shout out to Team Whimsical. So we're going to go and revisit this in 2 seconds. This right here. I can't wait. I cannot wait to go back to this because and it's probably been maybe about 2 weeks since I've been able to kind of go back and actually map some concepts out. But I've been doing some other things as well. So there you have it. So I'm going to stop the screen. Also, I'm not drinking any tea. I'm just drinking some Perrier. But I want you guys to see this. Ooh, can you see it? Okay, here we go. I think you can see it. This particular logo right here was done by none other than Nick Rich. Isn't this nice? I put it on my Yeti mug. Shout outs to Team Yeti. Oh, hold on. That's the blur is taking it over. You see that? Ooh, there we go. It says Ashley Schuler, and it's on, I got this printed out on a Yeti mug. It's wonderful. That's one of my Achilles heels, people. is actually mugs and bags. There's nothing like it. I could literally go and get another one of a Swell mug. You guys seen the Swell one because I brought it on the show before, or another Yeti one, and then still want another Yeti one. So anyway, we're going to get into another topic I want to talk about today. We're going to be talking about project management inside of Slack. We've talked about Slack before. Slack is a collaboration and async communication tool. Quick plug. Async communication is communication that you don't have to be in the same physical space to actually respond to the receiver or the sender of certain tasks or questions. Async communication, there's a lag between a message that's being sent and then also the response to that. Async communication is critical, especially when you are working in remote teams. If you are an entrepreneur and you are hiring folks, more than likely they are not within your same state. They are probably going to be in different time zones, countries, etc. And so, and even with organizations, those that are in different types of companies and are in corporate culture, remote communication, remote collaboration is at an all-time high. So this is applicable whether you are an entrepreneur or you have career pursuits, if you have a career, or if you do both. There are lots of things that cross between those two worlds. So I like Slack for a lot of different reasons. Slack is a fantastic tool for teams of all sizes and all different complexities to message, to collaborate on projects, to get work done, to have fun. This is the tool that I would recommend that every single team have, whether you're a volunteer organization, a team of 2, a team of 3, a team of 50, a team of 100. Definitely tap into Slack. And there are so many different really cool things about Slack. And we've done a deep dive before, but don't threaten me with a good time, y'all, because I love to do a little tour de France, a little tour de Slack. But I definitely want to make sure that we understand too that some key things within Slack is that you can literally be able to keep track of tasks, share and collaborate with others, and share project files, and discuss and manage tasks. And you can do that by using integrations like Google Drive, Dropbox, and other tools. OneDrive, may say right here, Box, all those types of things. And so having a tool like Slack helps you do a couple things. There is no such thing, not really no such thing. It's not a best practice to text people, especially if you're working on a project, text them tasks and text them assignments. When I tell you that Slack can be used for all different types of teams and organizations, I mean that. Nonprofit, churches, community groups, corporations, volunteer organizations, what have you. Slack is really great to come together and talk with one another. I've set up actually 3 Slack groups within this past couple of months. One, I have a mastermind group. We have different channels. We have our accountability. We have a thing for scriptures. We have a channel for water cooler talk. We have something for announcements. And why we did that is because we needed a way to also keep our conversations organized. And then we also are bringing in resources, things that people may need, and we need a place to put them. So Slack is great for that. There's no real like projects going on, but again, we are super resourceful people, and we wanted to make sure that our conversations were not being lost inside of other types of conversations in our regular iPhones and all that. So when it comes to managing projects, planning, your best bet is to adopt Slack and create channels. Channels are basically topical conversations on various aspects of your business or your brand. Okay. So, for instance, if you have a coaching business, you are going to have a channel on marketing and branding. You'll have a channel on client projects. You'll have a channel on any other type of areas in your business. Maybe you and your operations manager will have a private channel that's on hiring, because you all want to start having those strategic conversations that are not meant for the masses, and you want to have those conversations. I love how they say in this example, roadmap Q3, a great opportunity where you can discuss what are the particular initiatives that we want to launch. And so this is a great opportunity there to go ahead and have those conversations again in a specific channel, highlighted by a topic for you to go ahead and collaborate, to discuss. A cool thing that Slack is doing is Slack is also launching an iterative version, which just means like the next version, like a 2.0 of huddles. Huddles are a great way where you can do video and audio and just meet. You can meet about a particular project. If you wanted to have some water cooler chat, you could go ahead and do that. But if you just want to huddle just to say, hey, I have a quick question. I read something that you posted in Slack. I wanted to talk a little bit about what this meant. Do you have a minute? Easy. You're not going and scheduling a Zoom meeting, a Google Meet, whatever it is. You're not going around and you're not scheduling it. So project planning is super important in Slack because it's going to keep you focused on the work at hand. So this quote, I love this. Vice President of Digital Content at Fox Sports says 32% less email. Most of us work on 10 different sports throughout the year. To be able to follow work on all of them through different Slack channels and threads is vital for our team. So how many of us get about hundreds of emails per day? I know I do. I have a certain joy that I have to go through each of them and delete those emails that I don't need. But could you imagine trying to fight through the inbox to get through emails where you need a response on something? Or that you're looking to collaborate with somebody on and you're waiting and you're trying to fight your way through email. Let's see. It says increase thought put with improved visibility and shared knowledge. So what's great is what's great about this particular statement is that you're not hiding anything. There's no hiding. Okay. This is all about visibility and transparency. That's all it is. All right, we're going to have a couple more minutes and then we're going to dive into process and flow. Another thing, 23% fewer meetings. In the time it takes to use email or schedule a meeting, a group of people can come together in Slack to solve a problem. That's the beauty part of it. You can come together inside of Slack, talk about things, solve a problem, and you don't have to have a meeting. Amen to that, folks, huh? Let's see. Easily find coworkers in Slack to assign deliverables, check in on projects, check in on progress, or celebrate successes. I love that. This is a best practice, is putting a color coding system in front of your request. So it says medium. Prior, can we get another designer on the website relaunch? We still have a ton. We still have a ton of time intensive yet small tweaks to make as we go into the final stretch. It says, Lisa, we may have someone. I'll direct message you. And then you see right here the red. Hi there. Somewhat of an urgent request for a copywriter. I think most are tied up with the content campaign, but I need one for web next week. I have someone who's rolling off a project. I'll direct message you with details. So you see that? Perfection. Perfection. Awesome, y'all. I just wanted to make sure that we got an understanding of how we can use Slack and the benefits of using it. We haven't even gotten into integrations, but we'll look at that as well. Roadmaps. Let's talk a little bit more about roadmaps. I do want to specifically highlight a product roadmap. So when we're talking about road mapping in general, we're talking about a visual representation of goals, deliverables, initiatives that literally create a path forward for your team so they can understand what's happening in the future. Like, where are we going? Like, what are we doing and where are we going? What are we doing? So a product roadmap is a vision for the product's initiatives, features, and updates your team plans to launch over a set period of time. Your roadmap should be time bound and specific so you can see what features you're launching and how you'll get there. Think iPhone. Think iPad. Think Mac. Think all of those types of things. A product roadmap is your product team's vision for the features you plan to launch in a given period of time. Your product roadmap is your team's single source of truth for these launches. There could be a Q4 launch within Apple. They most likely have a what? A product roadmap. Make sense? Does it make sense, y'all? Let me know. Let me know if this makes sense. But I think this should give you a good indicator. So, two things. If you heard of a project plan versus a product roadmap, okay? A project plan is a living and breathing document that has the requirements, the deliverables, the budget. The project roadmap is really a high-level overview of goals, initiatives, projects, and that it's time bound. Okay, so it's like Q3, Q4. These are what these are the items that we're going to accomplish. It's more, product roadmaps are more high level, project plans more detailed. Okay, let's go up here and talk about this. Okay, Product roadmaps ask these questions. These are the 3 questions that these product roadmaps and also the roadmaps in general answer. What are we doing next? What's the actual plan? And why are we doing this now? Why are we doing this now? Benefits of product roadmaps: outlines your project objectives, gains buy-in on project deliverables, and manages stakeholder expectations. Product roadmaps will save you from setting unrealistic timelines and deadlines. It gives you the opportunity to really say in quarter 3 or even in quarter 4, I'm going to launch an NFT. It's going to answer these questions. All right. I mean, we were in Q3. What are we doing next? What's the actual plan? And why are we doing this now? So those are the things that answer that. Is that good, y'all? Examples of product roadmaps: company vision, membership community, and virtual events. So that's what we're looking at in terms of examples of roadmaps. Okay. I think we're good for right now. So we're new right now is we're going to get straight into the membership product roadmap. Share screen. So let's hang for the next 20 minutes or so. Let's talk a little, folks. Let's talk a little about what we're seeing here. All right. So last week we did go over this example. I definitely tease this out a little bit more. I wanted to put the quarters there. Okay. And then I also wanted to put some more dates and things in there. I'm just going to just so that make sure that you guys see this. So some interesting things that I definitely wanted to share with you all is I think too, if I'm not mistaken, let me go back in here and change up the list statuses. I'm going to go with okay. I'm going to change these statuses so that we can just make sure that all of these things just make the most amount of sense. Okay. So I'm going to put these as idea. Let's see, idea. Okay. So what we're doing right here is I wanted to create a workflow that made sense from ideation to planning to the executing to being complete. Okay. And I want to show you if we go into timeline view. I'm going to go by week. And I wanted to show you like what this roadmap looks like. So Q3 of 2022, we have a private podcast that's being developed. Then we have, starting at the end of July, inside the member live stream. And then in Q4, oh no, this is still Q3 of 2022. Yep. We are going to go, yep, Q3 of 2022. Course 1 is being developed. And then if you keep going, another course is going to start to be developed. Course 3, course 4, got some overlap. Course 5 is going to be developed in Q1 of 2023. We got the bi-weekly workshop, and that's a milestone. So as you can see right here, you can really begin to just see per quarter, like what's going to be happening per quarter. That should give you a really good indicator when you're going and meeting with your team members. You know, when you're going to have a team meeting, you can really look at this and take this apart and say, all right, this is exactly what we're looking at. Do we have enough manpower? Do we need to hire anyone? Right? We got inside the member lives. Who's coordinating those efforts? We got a course that's being developed and launched, these mini courses. And these are, again, this is membership product roadmap. So these don't have to be full blown, like they're 20 lessons. They could literally be micro courses. Makes sense. Who has questions? Because road mapping, again, this really helps you to prioritize initiatives, projects, and it gives you more legs, because it's not just, I want to achieve X by X date. This is really giving you a great high level overview inside of your brand and business to say, all right, these are the things that I'm looking to work on. And even if you look at right here, you can make some really executive decisions on a programmatic level, on a make it make sense level. Does this even really make sense? Okay, I am doing an in the let's see, inside the member live stream during the month of August, and I'm going to start developing and executing course. But wait, we're doing that all the way through September. But guess what? Course 2 and course 3 in October 2022 and November 2022 are launching at the same time, are being worked on. Is this feasible for me? Maybe I need more help. Maybe I need to push some things back. Now, the interesting part about this is I really was trying to make this in like sequential order. Show empty groups. Show 3 groups without tasks. I think we have tasks inside here. I was really trying to make this Q4 2022. Yeah, I was trying to do it in a different way. So I may not have, I wanted to put it more in a sequential way. So I'm trying to figure that out. Well, and also too, if you don't want to use the timeline view, you can always do this. You can always group by the custom field. This is what is the game changer inside of ClickUp. This is really all about your preference and how you want to showcase things. So I'm going to actually go by quarter. And so this is going to be quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And in fact, one thing that I could do is actually rearrange the list statuses. Oh no, excuse me. I can't do that. That's not what I wanted to do. I was trying to manage the drop down. Let's see if this will work. I do not know if this will work, but I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, because we're doing quarter 3. We're in quarter 3 right now, quarter 4, quarter 1, and quarter 2. We'll see how this works. I definitely am interested. And let me see. This might not be the way to do it. I'm just going to go by status. And I want to group here. Okay. I can get down with that. Quarter 3, quarter 4, quarter 5. Not quarter 5, quarter 1 of 2023, and then quarter 2 of 2023, which means you could easily look at this and also say, well, this doesn't make any sense. I'm actually going to spread this out, and we're actually going to put this course is here. We're actually going to do course 5 here. I'm actually going to also move the workshop. Ooh, let's see. I'm going to move the workshop up. The workshop should be, oh, no. I know what I'm doing. I'm not doing that right. The workshop is fine right here. Yeah, the workshop is fine. Okay. So Q3 of 2022, launching private podcasts to clients and developing a course. That's what we're doing. Then in quarter 4, 2 courses, and then managing inside the live member streams. You see where we're doing? See what we're doing here? Quarter 4. Oh, quarter 1, 2022, course 4, bi-weekly workshop. And then Q2 is, oh, hold on. Bi-weekly workshop. Put this right here. Workshop A. Okay. Workshop B. Make all the way, says course 5. Well, we're going to change this to be, we're actually going to change the deadline so that it actually makes sense. I'm just going to put 3. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, product roadmap. This is your membership roadmap. This is where you're looking at what are the initiatives that I'm going to launch, when I'm going to do it. And then right here, this is where you get to planning. Make sense? This is where you get to planning. Let me make sure I'm going in. Yeah, I just want to make sure you guys can see it. Okay. Open this up. Start right here. Add purpose, goal, audience, length of podcast episode. Whoop. Length of podcast episode. And themes. Okay. So this could be very well. Again, the ideation stage, we're looking at what we're doing for the private pod. And then, of course, you can start to add tasks. Task 1, task 2. So you can see right here, you can do a start date and end date. You could flag this as a priority. So even if you want to go even deeper into these priority flags, you can go high, low, high, high. I'm going to say that the course is urgent. The biweekly is urgent. Workshop B is low, low, and then normal. And then this is urgent. This is high, and this is high. If you wanted to, you could then filter by priority, where priority is urgent. So if you wanted to say, all right, we need to look at all of the urgent initiatives for the next 4 months. Again, this is very key when we're talking about who do we need? What do we need? What do we need? Is this feasible for us to do? This is good, y'all. I don't know about you, but this is exciting to be able to sit here and craft and think strategically about the work that's being done. This also is aligned with asking yourself this question, and I love it because I posed it in the mind map. Why are we doing this now? What are we doing next? What's the actual plan, and why are we doing this now? So good. So good for us to ask these questions, and then for that to be the catalyst for conversation within your team. You can assign people tasks, right? I love it. I really love it. Those that have memberships that are out there, I hope that you have a membership roadmap. The ability to showcase and understand what are you doing, why are you doing it, and how is it actually going to get done. Fantastic. Okay, I want to then get into a strategic roadmap. So I want to really start looking at this from this perspective of, again, all right, I want to start looking at, all right, what am I doing quarter by quarter in its entirety as a whole? As you see right here, we're looking at Q1 launch, quarter one. So we're looking at 1/1/23 to 3/30, podcast launch, SOP revamp. These are the things that are in progress. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me go back here and look and actually take you guys through the list statuses. Idea. We want to keep it super simple. Idea. I have an idea. I think we should do it here. In progress, things that are already being worked on. And then done, things that are just complete. I want to keep it very simple. So you're looking at the Schuler Strategies Group roadmap example. In Q1, I broke the list down into quarters. Q1, just 3 things: new website, podcast launch, SOP revamp. Group 2, quarter 2, group coaching program, and then NFT project. Q3, virtual event, CRM overhaul, and membership group launch. we're going to go look at inside of these views. I want to test out this timeline feature. I want to go by week. And since I'm going to slide all the way over because we're going to go all the way over to, am I right here? I'm going to go right here. Maybe we go by month. I'm going to go month. Do I have everything? Let me see. Did I put dates on here? Oh, I didn't even put no dates on here. That's the problem. Hold on, everybody. We're going to put some dates here. Yeah, I was like, I don't see nothing. 23 to, I'm actually going to go to 2/14/2023. Okay. And then I'm going to do SOP revamp. And I want to do SOP revamp. And I think we're just going to have new idea and really I think we're just going to put a due date, right? We don't know when it's going to start. So we're just going to have that right here. Group coaching program. This is Q3. And I'm going to say group coaching program. I actually want to turn this into, oh no. Well, no, you can. Convert to, oh, we cannot? I was looking for a milestone. No milestone today. Can add to another list. Copy link tab, duplicate. Well, maybe not. Okay. We're going to put a deadline. Maybe I did something wrong. We'll see. I'm going to say 5/10/23. No. Actually just going to put 5/10/23. And I'm going to see how it looks so far. We're going to go into look at week. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So that's sort of like what we're seeing at that level. And then I want to group this by, teams. Okay, so this is interesting. So if you group this by teams, that's also something I wanted to review, is that you can do a breakdown of what a roadmap of who is on what teams are working on which projects by team. Like the content team is going to be working on the podcast launch. And then the SOP revamp is going to be managed by the operations team. So that's kind of like what we have right here. Then we have right here, which is new website by operations as well. So that's kind of how that works. Of course, you can group this. Well, and another thing too, you can also duplicate this as a list. I'm going to duplicate this as a list. And I'm going to by team. Okay, and then I'm going to group this by team. So If the operations team wanted to go and look, they can go and kind of see, what each of this is looking like, right? I want to say too, hold on. You have this by team. Oh, I know what I'm trying to do. I want to do a drop down and then do it by quarter. So then I want to do Q1, Q2, Q3. I think those are all the Qs I have. Add another column. Okay. So three, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. If you wanted to do it by team, then you could see this here. And then you could add show hide column. Okay. So then you could see this right here. Q1, Q2, Q3. They may not be relevant because it's already grouped that way. So yeah, it already is grouped in that way. So let me look here. But if you wanted to group this by quarter and you wanted to go by month, let's go here. Then you could see what's happening per quarter for some of these initiatives right here. See that right here? Yeah. If you want to stretch this out a bit, you could. Group coaching program. Questions, comments. Have y'all learned something tonight? Have y'all learned something tonight? I definitely just wanted to show you all the importance of road mapping in your business. You definitely want to take this opportunity to start to think about in a more strategic fashion. What am I doing? Why am I doing it? And what actually needs to happen? That's the biggest takeaway. That's the biggest takeaway. I'm going to stop the share for right now. Definitely watch this replay. This has been super fun. So if you are looking and you're sort of wondering, how do I put the pieces together to get my team more organized so that I can have more time for the things that I love? And I want to do this. I want to make sure I'm using processes and tools in the right way, especially leveraging ClickUp so that you can be able to make sure that you are efficient. Holla at me for a VIP day. And we can most certainly talk about what are these ways in which you can get set up in the right way. Definitely text VIP to 626-722-5444. I appreciate you all being out here tonight on this beautiful Monday. We'll be back once again on Wednesday, wrapping up road mapping the week after next, we're going to be talking about, surprise, I will surprise you, but we're going to wrap up road mapping on Wednesday, answer some questions. If there's some more demo stuff, we'll definitely do that. And yeah, we will talk soon. Thank you all so very much for tuning in to the Systems Lab Live. Please be sure to definitely share this live with a good friend of yours, another business bestie, as they say, a colleague. I say, hey, I heard about this thing. Ashley was doing some cool stuff tonight. Catch up and let me know what you think. All right, y'all. We'll see you soon, and good night.